Okay, hello. This is Hedgen Lee back again with an update for BTC, Bitcoin. What I would like to do is, as you can tell here, I've taken all of the markings off. One of the reasons is to allow some of the newer readers, followers, um, to get a beginning to end conceptual understanding of my analysis, how I am labeling and marking them, and hopefully that'll be helpful. So here, Bitcoin had been just cruising upwards. An Elliott wave, what's called a five-wave motive or an impulse. An Elliott wave impulse is always made up of five waves. If you can count to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and memorize and learn how to practice just a few set of rules, I think this will become a very powerful technical analysis tool for you to apply solo. Here I'm going to label wave 1, wave 2. The rule of wave 2 is you cannot exceed the starting point of wave 1. Check. Okay. Wave 1 must itself be impulsive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Followed by a 3-wave A, B, C retracement. Now wave 3 must also be an impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or you can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One thing you will notice in Elliott waves is there are multiple ways of counting the same motive, the same wave. And one way is really no more correct than another, I've learned over the years. Why? It brings you to the same place. There are many paths to the point of wave 3, or wave 1, or wave 2. So I have 1, ABC 2, 3, 3 wave 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 5. As you will notice, wave 1, wave 3, wave 5, all those three must have subwaves, subdivided waves that are impulsive. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other rule is wave 3 cannot be the shortest. So let's check. Wave 1 is this long, about half the size of wave 3. Wave 4 is about half the size of wave 3. Wave 5 is probably 0.618 of wave 3 in this case. And these waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, have Fibonacci ratios. There is quite a bit of information, data, collected in stocks analysis, in Elliott wave analysis of stocks, that give very well defined Fibonacci ratios between 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 2 and 1, 2 and 3, etc., what have you. But I'm not going to rely on that very heavily right now because I think cryptos are not same as stocks. I think cryptos have their own version of Fibonacci-related interrelationship between the motive-like waves 1, 3, and 5, and the retracement corrective waves 2 and 4. I have quite often showed you how in the other charts, wave 5 is quite often extended. I've been labeling it as extended fifths. That is not common in stocks. And I've also found greater propensity for the retracements to have what's called an expanded types of A, B, and C correction. And we'll get into the expanded types maybe in another video in more detail. But just for now, for the new readers, new followers, those who are new to Elliott wave technical analysis, I've just given you the very basics, very intro of how the Elliott waves are counted and the basic rules associated with it. So, with every 5 waves, there must be a 3-wave retrace. Even at the level of 1, which is composed of 5 subwaves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it must have 3-wave retrace. And that retrace, usually I'd say 50%. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the retrace of wave 4, usually within the domain, price domain of prior wave 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me label the subwaves just so you can see it. Well, I'm going to make this at a lower scale. There you go. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 without the parentheses are the subwaves of wave 3 with the parentheses. And this wave 4 here is the range of wave 4 means the wave 4 of the parentheses will usually retrace to that range. Now here's wave, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have been seeing an ABC retrace. A, B, C. Okay? And after a C wave, if you can correctly identify the bottom of a C wave, there will be a bounce. There will be a change in trend to resume the original trend. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ABC correction. Now, I had been saying that perhaps there are 2 stop or pause points for this correction. The first could be here at around 3,000. And the second could be here at around 2,000. The reason is that could be A, this could be B, could be C. So there are other multiple ways of labeling the ABC. But given how strong this horizontal support at around 3,000 was, I saw that as a potential stop point of a bounce. What had been concerning me is the 3-wave nature of this. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. So let me get rid of some of the markings so it doesn't get too busy. A, B, C. And if this, which even today still to me looks very ABC-ish, three-wave-ish, then it's only corrective. Then it's only a temporary retrace before resuming the full correction down. And if that's the case, then we're only looking at the subwaves of a higher degree B wave. Okay? I know these are not true intermediate or minor cycles, but for now I'm just going to use it for ease of labeling. So that means we have a potential of lower low to a very, very nice, very attractive, very delicious buying level here at around 2000. If this happens, I will not be panicking, although others will. If it does go to this, it will be scary, it will be quick, it will be swift, it will be almost a near crash. And the mainstream media will be coming out somewhere, whether it be Zero Hedge or who knows where it comes out, that once again Bitcoin is dead. And that probably will mark the region of the bottom. I haven't seen that sentiment quote unquote indicator. I haven't seen the big fear. I saw a little bit of extra fear here, but I'm talking capitulation. I'm talking just dire fear of just sell everything and everyone's running for the exit. Meanwhile, we are the ones holding our cash, ready to ladder in our entries here if it happens. I already built my ladder here. 7 of the rungs of the entry got triggered. But if this breaks this bottom here, I will be having a trailing stop to protect my profits for half of my holdings that I've just recently acquired. And that will be redeployed here. For some of you, this is repetitive. This is a repeat, but I don't think it hurts because it gives you a better big picture assessment. Now, if we go on a higher resolution, if this was the correction, ABC, and this was the bottom of C, then we need to, what is the first indication, the first sign that there is a true bona fide trend reversal? That will be an impulse wave like this. Okay, and I got excited here because this wave 1, the subwaves of wave 1, 3, and 5 needs to also have 5 subwaves, and I counted 5. This was very beautiful ABC, and I wanted this to really surge out. It did. I was getting excited here. It gave me a new higher high. That was good, check mark. But I always like to doodle and draw lines, support lines. So here is a resistance line. Where else could I draw another resistance? Here's another resistance line. It breached the first blue line. Great. And in doing so, it gave me a newer, higher high compared to the top of wave 1. I have said it is critical for this wave 3 to breach the second wave blue resistance line. It is absolutely critical because that'll give the completer pathway towards that 3 and then a 4 and then a 5. The impulse which will indicate a major trend change. And I know that 1, 2, 3, 4 would not work. Why will that not work? If I had it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, bottom of 4 cannot overlap with the peak of 1. That violates an impulsive motive rule. So I can't label it like that. Instead, wave 3 is supposed to be this way. So what I'm going to do is label these as the subwaves of wave 3. And if that's the subwave of wave 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then I need to see a little more gusto on this wave 3, subwave 3, the one with the circle, Roman numeral 3. Because it's going to need that gusto to breach this line. And in looking at the volume, it's in a declining mode. Is that an indication that there's enough mojo to bring the prices higher and bust through this line? Let's see. At times, there's a sudden surge of volume like this. Sudden surge of volume. So that is the bullish scenario I'm giving. What I am concerned with still is this broadening megaphone pattern. What did I say about flags and triangles that point downwards? And same case as here. Broadening megaphone pattern that point downwards is bearish. If this was pointing upwards, it could be bullish. But there is also a pattern called an ABCDE. B, C, and the prices can go to the blue line as high as maybe almost 4,300. Remember last night I told you about the bearish wick where prices can pierce the resistance but very quickly retrace back underneath it. That is bearish quite often. So if we have A, B, C, D could pierce it, let's say, and then you get a quick fall. Of prices. So this is my bearish scenario. I'm still, even now, not convinced that we're out of the woods to compel me to add rungs here. I'm still ready to start putting in my trailing stops if prices fall. And break this support line. Okay? Because that means it's once again game time for the bears. So let's keep a very close eye on the Bitcoin. People are still asking, the new viewers asking maybe, if Bitcoin does turn down and starts taking dumps on its pricing, will everything else fall? Well, there will always be exceptions no matter what, I'm sure. But the analogy I've always given is that Bitcoin is the moon that moves the tides of the cryptocurrency ocean. If and when Bitcoin sneezes, the altcoins will catch the flu. And what that means is it's called an all the same market. And I just earlier posted an article on sentiment and how sentiment drives prices. It's all the same sentiment throughout the cryptosphere. And we need to be very vigilant here to see if we can get this breakthrough and continuous higher highs, or keep our powders very dry and ready to launch here again. Usually when it's scary, when the plunge is very swift, you'll feel it. I'll feel it too. You'll feel it in the guts. But if you use technical analysis of this type, which allows you to see and peek around the corner a little bit on the probabilities, and then you make laddered entries to manage your fear and your greed and your emotions, that is when you become rich. That is when you make a lot of advancements on the positive side in the numerical value increase of your net liquidity value on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. Okay? So right now, I'm not a perma bear. I'm not a perma bull. But I know this. If this happens, I'm going to make money. If this continues to all-time new highs and gives me the final wave 5 high, I'm going to be making money. So, please post your comments. If you have any cryptos that you'd like analyzed, I'll get to it later tonight. Please post your requests on the comments as well. As always, I wish you massive profits. Thank you.